Are my eyes shut?
No, they're eyes wide shut. What kind of question is that? What the fuck are you talking about? God.
I meant like
You're like, are my eyes shut?
I'm literally looking at you and you're like, is that a trick question? No. Is this a riddle to start the podcast?
No, seriously.
Okay, all right.
Hello. 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 Oh, I thought we were gonna get a third one in.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Stop mimicking me. Stop. Stop. It's not funny. Mimicking is not fun when you're the one that's being done to. But when you're doing it, it's fun.
And cheers to that.
No clinking. Stop. Stop trying to have instruments on this podcast.
It's a music podcast.
Hello, everyone. We are doing Mulan.
Hello. Ooh, sorry, I have an itchy
When
nose.
you watch Mulan, what is, like, after you watch it, what is the number one song that's always in your head? We'll bring honor to it. We'll bring honor to you.
Oh, for me, I think it's let's get down to business
to defeat the Huns.
Why do you call it the Hans? It's the Huns. The Huns.
The Huns.
The Hans. Hans Gruber. Yeah.
I don't like the Huns because it's like the honeys. I don't like it.
No, it's just the Huns.
It's just it sounds more friendly. Like the Huns are coming.
Huns are
Honey, the Huns are coming.
Huns are coming. Hi, Huns.
So that's why I like the Hans. I'm like, it's the Hans.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
God so yes, we're so for me it's
Will Bring Honor to Us All.
We'll bring honor to us. We'll bring honor to us all.
Oh, the dun 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 dun. What a good soundtrack.
No,
Bop,
honestly.
bop after bop after bop after bop.
But what's so funny is when we watched the credits, we were like, these are the most randomest songs ever. Like it goes to like pop songs.
Yeah, I actually forgot to look up. So first of all, the soundtrack is amazing. Reflection is any girl's truth. Is that I sang that as a child.
Where?
In a concert.
Oh, slay.
With a Mulan costume.
Katie. Catherine.
Did I eat? And you know what? I think I had
Ryan.
No, but Ashlynn, I think I had a fuck ass bob wig on too.
A what?
A fuck ass bob wig.
Please. I don't know what's the sound effect you're trying to do.
I think I had a fuck ass bob wig on.
What's a fuck ass bob?
Like a Bobbiana wig. Like a bob wig.
What is this slang? Why would you bring that into this podcast when I don't know what it is? Embarrassing me.
That's embarrassing.
Showing my age. Fuck ass bob?
Yeah, you've never heard of that?
Nah.
Fuck ass bob.
No, you was Bobbiana Phuket.
At
least you didn't have the chopsticks in your hair.
Okay. But can we talk about that was like a beautiful trend of the early 2000s?
Like, is it cultural appropriation or just like cunty? Like, because it is like, I don't think, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think you're trying to do like
I'm not Gwen Stefani with her in her Harajuku girl era.
Yeah, like I don't see it. Like when I see it, I'm not like
with chopsticks in the hair. We're talking.
Yes.
I
don't see it as like, oh, you're trying to like be Asian. Like I just, it always reminds me of Asian culture, but I'm like, to me it feels like an homage kind of. I don't know, like some cute 2000s.
I feel like it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, the chopsticks. Like you would have the buns and you'd have the chopsticks in. So cute.
So cute.
I had a Chinese New Year themed birthday party in 3rd grade. It was so fun. I'm gonna get canceled on this podcast.
You are. Next thing I know, you're gonna be like, I had a Jamaican sweet 16.
Please.
A bobsled.
Please. Please.
A Jamaican bobsled sweet 16.
No, it was so fun.
Okay.
It was so fun.
All right. How did the concert go for Reflection?
Oh, I slayed.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I had to sing. Okay. Also, I don't feel like it's cultural appropriation because then when I was in auditions for this like Disney tour through Japan, like a concert tour, they had me sing the Christina Aguilera version of it in an audition room. I don't know if you remember this.
I do, but I don't understand how that connects.
just that the song keeps coming back to me.
No.
And
You're
the
like,
god
it's
and
not cultural appropriation,
because
but
because the gods wanted me to sing the song, and I had to do it in front of like a bunch of Japanese businessmen. I didn't book.
But they gave you the Christina Aguilera version.
Yeah, well, they were like, do you know the extra parts? First of all, the song, this reflection in Mulan is so like short, sweet, to the point. And then the Christina Aguilera cover goes crazy for no reason.
Well, it's Christina Aguilera. She's like,
no, literally, there's like a bridge that, and then
doesn't need to be there.
And then a key change. Mm-hmm. No one needs a key change in that song. It's simple enough.
Okay, 6 minutes in.
6 minutes in. 2 of that where we were both having strokes and you thought you were sleeping on the podcast. You're doing well. No, the soundtrack is so good. But then, like you said, the credits came and then it was the song, "You Must Be True to Your Heart." And you're like, this is so random. It's like we had a beautiful soundtrack and then Z100 just came on. Yes.
Like Z100 came on the station. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was pop songs from the 90s. I was like, okay.
It really took me out of the moment.
It did for me.
They also should have played the Christina Aguilera cover of Reflection first, but that's my humble opinion.
But maybe like I feel like back then the ending of the credits was trying to like get you hyping out of the theater. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like they all had that kind of like feel to it after a movie,
especially kids movies. I felt like it was like, all right, like it was for the parents to be like, come on,
the pop songs are playing.
Put on your jackets, come on, Christine, come on. That's how I see it.
So let's do a little recap of Mulan because I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but not probably recently.
Right.
So Mulan can't get a man.
Can't get a man. Sad.
Can't get a man. She's beautiful. Can't get a man.
Gorgeous. A mess.
Not demure.
Not
very mindful. She is mindful,
but
not demure.
But she is not
very
demure.
cutesy.
Not very cutesy.
And so they like set her up with this matchmaker, and she
bombs.
She fucks it up.
Bombs. And then the family's like, that's okay, Mulan, like it's good. But then the Huns are like, oh, we're gonna invade China, and so then they're trying to bring the
Huns, the ugliest villain I've ever seen in my whole entire life. He is disgusting.
What is Shan Yu?
Shan Yu?
His hairline is a problem.
No, his skin is a problem.
Mama, lotion. CeraVe. Get some self-tanner.
Yeah. And
some hair, and go to Turkey and get some hair transplants. Like you know what I'm saying?
He's like just always with his crow.
That hawk is fierce.
You're just like,
that hawk is fierce.
That hawk is camp.
For real.
So then the Huns come.
And then go ahead. The Huns come, and then so Mulan has embarrassed her family. They get over it, and then they're trying to draft all of the men in these families in these towns. Her dad, poor Limpy Gimpy, and then she's like, don't make my dad go to war.
She embarrasses the shit out of him. First of all, the real ugly villain comes in on his fucking horse. What's his name? I don't know. With his thin ass mustache.
Shit, what is his name?
And he's just the ugliest person. You know who he is.
The Emperor's Council. Yeah,
he's the ugliest person. The real villain. Hater ass nation over there.
He is a hater.
He's a hater for no reason.
The whole film.
And he comes in and he serves. He's like the
Fa family.
And then the father is like, he gives the cane to his wife like a man of honor, and he like walks. And Mulan's like, I don't think so. She's like, my daddy is injured.
Yeah.
And she like embarrasses him in front of everyone. And it's like such an honor to, I guess, serve.
Yeah.
You know? And so that happens. And then it's like typical family. Everyone's being quiet, like sipping tea because Mulan has embarrassed her family. And this is what I liked about Mulan, is how impulsive she was. Okay. Like how, just like she spoke outspoken.
Yeah. Erratic.
And she was just like, I don't know, like you don't see that back then. Right? Yeah. Every girl's demure. Every girl's polite.
And she's not very cutesy.
And polite and like just like following the protocol. Yeah. Following the the path that's made for you, you
Yeah.
know? And it's not until we have Mulan that we actually see someone that's like, I got something to say.
Yeah.
And it's, my daddy can't go to war.
It's so sweet.
So she like embarrassed the family, and then her father get into an argument, and he says that she's like dishonored the family.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Now
like,
she's really fumbled the bag.
it's like so crazy how parents like use the word dishonor so like flimsy like that. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're sucking dick on a corner, like I don't really think you've dishonored your it's like a huge thing to say to someone.
Yeah, it carries a lot of weight.
It does.
And then it's like, oh, she cares about you and doesn't want you to die, and she's dishonored you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, that's kind of harsh, but whatever. I mean, they are allowing Mulan, like in this kind of world we live in, they are allowing Mulan to kind of be her and not get married.
Yeah.
You know?
They're like, okay, we'll figure out what this one's going to do.
She'll be a cat lady, a
Yeah.
miserable cat lady.
Oh my God.
And so then...
childless cat lady.
Oh, a miserable childless cat lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
We got to add all the adjectives
yeah.
for Mr. Vance.
So then Mulan decides that she's going to go into war for her father. I just want everyone who's listening to know that my father would be going to war. I would not be standing
With his
up.
limp? With his limp?
As soon as he's packing, I'd be like, don't forget your cane. I want everyone to know that I would not be standing up and being like, I'm going to war instead.
Papa.
Would you?
Oh, man. I don't know. I love my dad.
But would you go to war for him because he has a limp leg? I don't think so, dude.
You
let your dad like do lawn work all by himself.
He's like, you want to help? You want to help me weed? And I'm like, I don't think so. He's like, you girls want to help me chop down some trees? And I'm like, I will carry the twigs. I'm like, I will do the bare minimum.
And sometimes you just stand there and you look like you're thinking, but I don't think you are. I'm like, what are you thinking about? I think you like put on this face. You're like,
I'm like, isn't this what people do when they're
and you're like, this looks like I'm working hard.
I'm assessing. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go to war. I just don't want to go to war.
Yeah.
I don't have the time for it.
No, I feel you.
What do I have time for? Nothing.
You know, you are too busy doing Animal Crossing.
Please. Please.
Your
Don't.
land matters to you.
My land matters.
I'm busy. I'm busy playing Call of Duty.
You have a thriving career.
Yeah.
You're busy.
And watching TV. Clearly, we both do. We're so
Darling.
busy. We decided to have a podcast about watching TV.
And I can't go to war because of said who is going to listen to the podcast? Agreed. But I think it's very sweet that she, like, it is very sweet that she loves her dad so much. It's so cute. But then she goes to war. Oh my God, this recap of the plot of Mulan is wild. She goes to war, chops her hair off, gives me...
That could not be me.
Could not be me.
Chopping your hair off is crazy.
Could not be me.
But go ahead.
Could not be me. Whenever they're like, oh, you may have to change your hair for a role, I'm like, I don't think I want to do that. Like, I'm not interested.
I don't think.
No, red wig and a silver dress. Get me a lace front.
Yeah.
Like, please. But she chops her hair, goes off to the army, and then she's met with a ragtag crew of miscreant men.
Yeah,
and
misfits.
The misfits, like the island of misfit toys. And then she meets the new captain, Li Shang, Li Shang, right? Yeah. Shang. Yeah. She's swooned, of course.
Is it Li Shang or is it Shang Li?
Well, it's like Fa Mulan. Like Shang is his last name.
Okay.
And of course she's like, who is this hottie yaddy yaddy? And then he also is like, who is this hottie yaddy yaddy? But it's a man.
Ping. Couldn't pick a worse name. Ping. Seriously, Mulan,
Ping.
out of everything, Ping.
And then we got
What would be your boy name?
Oh,
if you could choose.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I think it would be like...
Mine would be Sebastian.
Ooh.
Sebastian.
I love that, actually. I think mine would be like Liam or something.
Not Liam. And not you saying Liam.
I don't know.
You're
Sebastian's a good one.
You're just as worse as Ping.
I know.
Liam.
Liam.
I'm
It's
like, I don't think Liam needed that much fucking gravita or whatever.
Correct. And then basically, so Li Shang whips his little army into shape, has some sort of.
But Mulan kind of carries the army because like they're all misfits until they see Mulan thriving. As soon as Mulan gets the arrow,
oh my god, then everyone gets it together.
Because he's like, go home, you're through.
The whole story could have ended there.
Yeah.
Everyone's worried about dishonoring the family, and then he's like, pack up, go home. And then she's like
you're through. Like, you don't have to go to war.
Yeah.
Like, your family will be fine. Your dad doesn't have to go to war. You don't have to go to war. You're all good.
You just suck.
Yeah.
Whatever. What you suck at war. Whatever.
Yeah, whatever. It's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
And she could have been like, yo, I did it. I conned him, and my dad didn't have to go to war. And then she's like, in true impulsive Mulan energy, she's like, I'm gonna climb this pole and I'm gonna throw the arrow down. And she did. And then everyone suddenly is like, oh, I'm perfect at war.
But that's what makes Mulan the best, right? That she could have gone home, but instead she was like, oh, you're gonna send me home? No, I wanted to go home on my own terms. But you're not gonna send me home.
You're not gonna send me home.
So I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna use discipline and strength.
Yes,
and that's a great analogy for those of you that didn't get it. I know that sometimes I watch movies and I see beyond, the story because I have those kind of eyes.
Yes, I can't wait for your think piece coming into the New Yorker on Mulan next week. Yeah, and then they continue to go into war. They get into a big fight against the Huns. Mm-hmm. They discover because she saves Li Shang and the team from Shan Yu, the Hun. But she gets wounded. They find out that she's a girl, and then they're like, ugh, what the hell? What the hell? And
like, if I was Li Shang,
yeah.
If I was Li Shang, I'd be like, thank God. Because, like, I have a crush on you. And so I thought I was gay.
My dad just died in a battle prior. Yeah. And I have these homoerotic feelings. What's happening to me?
Yo, it is kind of homoerotic that Li Shang has a crush on Mulan before. He has a crush on Ping. And then it's Mulan. And then he, like, plays hard to get.
Which is so dramatic. He's like, a life for a life. And then she figures out that the Huns are going to attack the city.
She sees them.
Yeah, she sees them come back to life from the avalanche because of Shan Yu's hawk, which is iconic. And then she's like, I could go home, but I got to go tell them that the Huns are coming. And then they all get mad at her. Like Shang is like, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah.
She's like, okay.
I only liked you when you were a man. Now that you're a girl.
With a bob.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, whatever.
She's like, but the Huns is here. And they're like, we don't care. We would rather die than listen to a woman.
No, seriously. And then obviously the Huns attack. They save the day. They kill Shan Yu. And then
the emperor gives her a job.
Offers her a job.
And she says, I'm good, love.
That was
I'm going home to drink some tea with my father.
I guess like part of me, when we were watching, I was like, take the job, girl. What the hell? Take the job.
Girl, you don't know, but the economy is about to get bad. Like, this is the time you need to buy a house. The economy is about to crash.
Take the job. Take the job. And especially
the economy, like right now, girl, buy a house, buy a 3-bedroom house in New Jersey. Flip
it, Airbnb it.
We're about to enter a crisis. Girl.
What is she doing? and then on top of that, because she takes, the Emperor's counsel, I forget what his name is, who he looks like such a goblin, and he's such a little bitch.
The villain, the
true villain,
because he hates on Li Shang for no reason.
Yeah,
when he's like. He's like, you think I got my job because I earned it, not because of daddy. Yeah. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, for real.
All right, relax. And he's like, you have to prove to me, and I'm going to write the letter in 2 weeks to the emperor.
And you're like, what?
And then Li Shang gets the whole team, like the team of misfits actually becomes good for war.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna say you're not ready.
Yeah, he's so dramatic.
Yeah.
And then he knew, he's always like, I knew something was off with you about Mulan. And you're just like, this is crazy. But so then on top of it, like when the emperor offers Mulan a job, he then offers her that guy's job. Like, to me, if that man is bullying me, I save the country.
Yeah.
And then I get offered to take your job. I'm taking your job.
No,
because that's so funny and so bitchy. Like, I'd be like, yeah, you can pack your bags, bitch.
Yeah.
Show me to your room.
Even if I'm gonna quit in 2 weeks, like, I'm taking your job away from you.
Seriously.
Like, I'm gonna make sure you have no job.
And I'm gonna embarrass you.
Yeah.
No, seriously. But so then
but what a success story for Mulan. She gets a job. She honors her family. She gets her dad's approval, and then she gets the man.
Yeah, because then he like shows
follows
up.
her.
I know. I'm obsessed that the emperor says to Li Shang, he's like, that's a once in a lifetime kind of woman. I'm like, you're the emperor. And you almost just got your country, your like dynasty almost just got taken over, and you're like trying to play matchmaker. Fierce.
He's like, if I was you, I'd go try to hit that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? No, seriously. You're like, this is crazy. Yeah, a great film. Oh my God. Do you remember?
I love the grandmother.
Messy.
Some of my favorite characters. Mulan is my favorite.
Yes.
Number one, number two, number three, number four, number five. Mushu.
I love Mushu.
Mushu, hilarious. Hilarious. He's not even when he breaks the lion's head, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm up. I'll go." And like so fucking. He is hilarious.
It's so stupid.
And the grandmother. When Mulan is asked Li Shang, "You want to stay for dinner?" And then the grandmother's like, "Do you want to stay forever?"
Or when she's like, yeah, when she's like, I'm gonna go to war next time. You're like, okay, Granny.
Yes,
Granny's horny.
She's like, is somebody gonna match my freak?
Was Mulan? Did Mulan come out before Shrek?
Yes.
So Eddie Murphy did Mushu before he did Donkey.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Mulan came out, if I'm not mistaken, 97, 98.
Yeah, I think
she's the first princess to and she's my favorite princess. She's my only favorite princess, Disney princess.
You don't like any other ones?
Oh, well, I mean, growing up, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I was still young when Mulan came out.
Yeah.
So, like, I didn't, Brave is not my princess.
Yeah. Brave is a weird movie anyway.
But it's also, like, now I'm too old for that. But, like, Mulan was my favorite princess because that's the first princess who, like, does not rely on a man for her storyline.
Yeah.
And in fact, the man needs to rely on her in this storyline. Yeah. And, like, I'd never forget, like, my aunt wanted me to cut my hair, like, because it was like untainable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tameable?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Unruly, tainable, but I know what you mean.
Okay, tannable.
It was long.
Yeah, it was too long for my age,
and
like my ends were probably like didn't look good.
Yeah.
So my aunt was gonna take me for a haircut. I was like, no, I don't want to go for a haircut. And then she was like, but don't you want to look like Mulan?
And then you're like,
and I said, yes. I absolutely want to look like Mulan.
Stop.
And that's how she got me to cut my hair.
That's fierce. Which aunt?
Lynn.
Yeah, fierce.
She was like, but look at Mulan. Like, she cut her hair, and I was like...
And she looks great.
Oh, I'm cutting my hair.
To honor my family.
And I remember going to the hairdresser, because I think, like, I had just watched Mulan, because my Aunt Lynn has a daughter that's, like, 5 years younger than me.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm like the youngest cousin, and then
she became the youngest. Yeah.
So I was the only one that kind of like could be around her, like at that age. Like everyone else was too older, doing their own shit. They were in high school already, So we had like a lot of play dates. So we went to watch Mulan. I remember telling the hairdresser, like, I want to look like Mulan. And I don't think she knew what the fuck I was talking about. She was like, yeah.
And your aunt is in the back just being like, give her a trim.
And I go to Lynn, I go, show her Mulan. Because I'm like, I'm leaving here looking like Mulan. You understand me?
Did you leave there looking like Mulan?
I felt like I did.
Well, then that's all that matters, darling.
I left there. I said, I'm going to war.
At war with myself. You know what I mean? Oh my God. I remember loving... Mulan was one of the first Disney movies that I like vividly remember watching.
Who's your favorite Disney princess?
Oh, I think Mulan is one of them. It's like a toss up. for me between Mulan and Belle.
Belle. Okay, because Belle reads. But here's my thing, because Belle reads.
Belle's literate.
But here's my thing with all the Disney princesses, right? Like, they don't give a good example. Mulan is the only one that gives a good example of, like, how a man should feel about you, right? Because, like, in Beauty and the Beast, like, he's her kidnapper.
He kidnaps her.
He's mean to her.
It's problematic.
He kidnaps her dad, and then she's like, you won't let him go, you can kidnap me. He, like, doesn't feed her dinner, and then then he's like, I want her to love me.
And then
she's like, okay, I don't want to die here in this cell, so I guess I will try to love you, you hideous beast. And then
I am a stunning beauty.
And then she's like, okay, I guess he has money. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
I guess it's like, it's literally the Anna Nicole Smith before Anna Nicole Smith.
That's so true. She paved the way. Anna Nicole Smith watched Beauty and the Beast and was like,
that's the way to do it.
That's the way to do it.
Then, like, my thing with, like, Snow White is, like...
Hate Snow White.
Snow White was roofied.
Hate Snow White.
Snow White was roofied and then pimped by 7 dwarves.
Yeah.
Like, that is the premise of the story.
Yeah,
do you understand?
I hate it.
She eats an apple that makes her knock out, okay?
Knockout.
Roofied. All right? Then
put in a glass case.
Then the dwarves are like, everybody come kiss her.
Yeah.
That's pimping her. They're like, come get your kiss. And then they're like, hey, if she wakes up, she's yours. Like, that's basically the storyline.
Yeah. And also, like, in that glass case bed, like a la Tilda Swinton at the MoMA, like, remember when Tilda Swinton did that MoMA exhibit where she would sleep in a glass case?
No.
Okay.
I don't remember that.
I'm sorry. That's like seared into my brain.
No, when was that?
Like 2010.
Was she trying to be Snow White?
No, I think she was just doing some weird art piece.
Oh.
But to me, I'm like, this is giving the same thing.
Sometimes I hear that, I'm like, people have too much money. You know what I mean? Like, people have too much, like, you have too much money in your hands.
Wouldn't you love to sleep while people as an exhibit and get paid?
No. What the fuck? The last thing I want is people around me, especially like me. I'm a light sleeper. I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
You would be like, when you get mad, when you half wake up, your eyes, like the way your eyes like move, I can just see you like staring down patrons.
I'd be like, it'll put me in a fucking in a what do vampires sleep in? Coffin.
Yeah, give me a coffin.
Give me a nice little coffin.
That's blackout curtains before it's blackout curtains.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's the inspiration from blackout curtains.
Okay, I love that for you. But no, I think Mulan was definitely like one of my favorites too.
And then Cinderella is kind of cool because it's like a revenge story. It's like she wins. But it's like the abuse she has to go through at first, like with her sisters.
It's sad.
Well, like clean the house, clean this. I'm like, y'all got me fucked up. Y'all better clean that shit by yourselves.
Just because my dad died or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
ugly bitches.
Oh my
God. It could not be me. So I did not relate to any Disney princess before Mulan.
Yeah.
Then Mulan came and I was like, I'll bring honor to them all.
It's so I loved that she was. I remember I loved that she could be like really pretty, but then she also could be tough.
Yeah,
I loved that even as a kid. But it was one of the first ones I remember. Lesbian. I remember because that was one of the first Disney princess movies that came out that I think Beauty and the Beast had come out in like 90 or 91, so I had like they were already out when I was born. Like Cinderella is old as hell. Snow White is old as hell. Oh, I like Ariel.
No,
but that's like,
she gave away her gift to be with a man. Please.
No, please.
Please.
She could sing and she was like, I really need to be with this guy, so I'm going to give up my singing voice, mama.
She can sing and she's in the ocean. Like, she's a fucking mermaid. She like is the daughter of a king or whatever and is like can breathe on the water. And she's like, oh, Eric's cute. That's all he had to. Eric's cute.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
what are they teaching us?
I don't know. But thankfully Disney turned it around and said Mulan is the queen we can get behind.
Thankfully Disney turned it around and now they're like, cry about your emotions, bitch.
Oh my God, seriously. Now they've taken it too far. Now they've heard us.
Now they're like, go through your trauma, ho.
Oh my God. For real. You know what else I loved too about the movie was I love that the voice actors, the people who did the voices are different than the people who sang the songs.
I didn't know that.
It's
That's an old school thing?
yeah.
Okay.
That's like not they used to call it like ghost voicing.
Yeah.
And so I didn't remember that about this movie because I knew that. So for Mulan, the singing voice is Lea Salonga, she did the voice of Jasmine. I think just the singing voice too, though. But she's like a Broadway actress, and Donny Osmond is the singing voice for "I'll Make a Man Out of You" for Li Shang. I thought it was their voice for the actual like the script,
Like the actors.
yeah. And so I was really surprised when I did a little deep diving, and I was like, oh, like BD Wong is BD Wong?
No.
You would know him from he's in Law and Order SVU. He's like the psychiatrist.
Maybe.
You would recognize him.
Yeah.
He's a famous actor, but I didn't realize that they did that, and I thought it was so interesting. And then I found out also, because I'm like, that's so messy. But can you imagine pretending to be the singing voice? Like, or can you, first of all, if you could have someone be your singing voice, who would be your singing voice?
Jennifer Hudson.
Okay, that's iconic. That's iconic. That's a good choice.
Jennifer Hudson. Yeah. She slays.
Gorgeous
Her
voice.
voice is insane.
Gorgeous voice. Gorgeous voice.
Who would you pick? Jojo Siwa?
just to prove a point, to be like, I can sing it better. I can sing it better.
Kelly Clarkson.
I was actually going to say Kelly Clarkson.
I know, she's really good.
Because her voice is just, but I would try to sing as much as I can, but then when it would get a little too dicey for me, I'd be like, Kelly can dub over those vocals.
What are you, a stunt, like
she's like my stunt double.
Yeah, but for your voice?
Yeah.
You're like, Mama can't hit the high notes tonight.
like, didn't warm up today.
Yeah.
She's going to take the second verse or like the bridge. Key change is all Kelly, but you have to blend it. But also, did you know that? So they also voice actors dubbed the movie in Mandarin, Cantonese, and a third Chinese language. I can't remember which. And they had different voice actresses for each language, but Jackie Chan is the voice of Li Shang for all three of those adaptations.
Wait, I didn't know Jackie Chan was in it.
He's not in the US version.
Oh,
but he is the voice of Li Shang for all of the Chinese
languages.
versions. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Isn't that cool? I didn't know that he. Because I mean,
I wish they would have just put him in the US one.
I know.
I love him.
But also, like, was he too old at that time?
Not really.
It like creeped me out to be like, ew, Jackie Chan is Li Shang, but I'm also like, well, he
wasn't that old.
Yeah.
Because when he did Rush Hour, I think he was like in his 20s. And Rush Hour is like 2004.
We got to fact check this, but
yeah.
But I thought that was really cool that he can speak three different. Is it a language or is it a dialect? If it's
you know what it could be about Jackie Chan is that his voice is so recognizable that maybe like it would take you away from like the animation.
Yeah,
I could see that because it's like when you hear Jackie Chan and what's so cool is Eddie Murphy playing Mushu. Mm-hmm. Like I'm like, damn, like Eddie Murphy's VO is insanely good.
I thought the exact same thing when we were watching it. I was like, damn, he is really a great voice actor.
His VO is insane. Like you can just like his VO goes with like what the character is doing. Like even when like because like he also plays like all these like characters in VO that are so animated and so like crazy and like
who else has he what other
he
like
did Donkey,
right,
and he did Mushu, and to me like those are the two that I always think of when it comes to Eddie Murphy. And just like Mushu being like it's just like different tones because like Mushu has so much attitude and so does Donkey, and I feel like that's much harder than just being someone who can do like a voice actor. Like don't get me wrong, it's still like a lot of people are talented, but I feel like he's the only one that's like can change like the attitude. Like Mushu is so erratic. Like he's like I told you, girl, come here, I love you. You know,
Yeah. Oh my God.
like Mushu's like emotions change so quickly, and it's like Eddie Murphy just like does it, and it's so good.
Well, I think it's really what I find is interesting is that it's there's a trend now more towards voice acting being a little bit more authentic to people's voices. So it's less that if you are a voice actor, you're not going to go in and put on a voice to do something.
Right. Kind of like Robin Williams.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like, you know how like all the actors who do Bob's Burgers or like all the, like sometimes they do plays on voices, but I feel like he is a prime example of,
Like
I feel
Big
like,
Mouth.
right. I feel like he kind of paves the way of, I feel like it's his voice and I feel like it's how he would say things, but it lends itself so well to these characters. I mean, they're animals.
Yeah.
Mushu is amazing. Cricky is my favorite character, though. The little
You are
cricket.
Cricky.
Why am I Cricky?
You're Cricky, I'm Mushu.
Yes.
I'm like, you are one lucky cricket. And then like the cricket is like, I have a confession when they're like confessing things.
Yes.
And the cricket is like, I'm not lucky. He's like, what?
He's like, you're not lucky. Oh my God, it's so
and
good.
Mushu's beef with the horse.
The line "Down, Bessie" lives in my head rent free. I feel like I say that all the time.
And when he's like, come on, heifer. I'm like, holy
Kept
shit.
calling her a cow.
Yeah,
It was
so funny. Who would your ancestors send? First of all, those ancestors went crazy in that room, talking mad shit about Mulan.
They're like,
they went nuts. Like, I think when I was younger, I didn't realize like that those are like, I thought like ancestors, like, I don't know, like very far away.
Right.
But some of them are like her grandparents.
Her like great grandparents. Yeah.
Talking shit. I'm like, that is real family right there.
Seriously.
Blaming it on like, oh, she got that from you. Like sometimes like if I give my mom attitude, she'd be like, you have your dad's attitude. I'm like, no, I think I have yours.
Yeah.
I think I have yours, you know? Like parents
Seriously.
always do that. So that was so cool to see.
Yeah. I love that. And I love that they have the guardians, like
yeah.
And so you were gonna say, who would you?
But and also at the end when Mulan is like victorious, then the ancestors are like, you know, she gets that from my side of the family.
Oh,
I'm
and it's like the same ones that are talking trash. It's so good.
It's so good.
But you know that's like
Yeah.
family does that. They're like, you know, they're like, she got her singing voice from me.
Yeah,
You're like,
I also exactly. Yeah, it's like my mom will say, you got your attitude from your dad, but then like the minute like my attitude works from like if I put that attitude towards acting, she'd be like, wow, you're talented like me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You
like
know.
they always do that shit.
You
So it
know.
was so nice. I thought the family dynamic was really cool. Like it was a sweet family, like from the grandmother, the mom, like they were
the
really,
dad, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
the dad even was. Oh, you know, I cried when she came home and presented her dad with like the
sword,
sword
honor.
and like the medal or whatever, and
he
he's
was-
like, I don't care.
He's like, I love you.
Yeah, I was like, I was crying.
So if your ancestors could send you a guardian, an animal guardian, what would it be? A potato?
I was gonna say, with Irish ancestors, I think it would be a sheep
Oh.
or a lamb, like maybe a lamb,
a lamb.
a little lamb.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, I like that.
I love that.
Okay.
The sheep
A little sheep helping you.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
we would get along swimmingly.
And what would they help you in more?
Couldn't tell you.
Could it?
Could not tell you. Absolutely don't know what we would do, but I would get a little snuggle buddy.
Okay.
I love sheep. They're so cute.
Okay, you look like a sheep, so that
I
makes
do.
sense.
I saw my great uncle shear a sheep once. I tell you that?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yo, they get a little squirrely when they're trying to shear the sheep.
Some of them do. Some of them
They
like
get-
it.
They were like wiggling and
Yeah.
they were like, ah, ah. I was some wild.
Because they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
yeah, they're like, I don't want my hair cut.
Yeah.
I don't want you to cut my hair.
No, they're literally like me. And they're
Yeah.
like, don't you want to look like Mulan? And the sheep are
and
like,
they're
yeah.
they're like, I do want to look like Mulan.
They're like, doesn't everyone want to look like Mulan?
Who do you think your ancestors? What kind of animal would they send
The
for you?
chupacabra.
Please,
The chupacabra.
please.
What?
Can you describe what
The
a chupacabra actually is?
The chupacabra, and then my little lucky cricket would be a cookie.
Yeah, for sure, a cookie.
Cookie?
Oh, that would be really
Cookie?
that would be really cute.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have for a little lucky animal.
The Irish clover.
Yeah, a 4-leaf clover, literally.
Just walking.
It would have so much attitude.
It would be groovy. It'd have lights. It'd be stoned.
Yes, yes.
It'd be like, I'm just lucky because I'm high all the time.
Or it would like be carrying a pint of Guinness or something, or Jameson. Wait, what is a chupacabra again? Like, it's a mythological creature, right? But what is it supposed to, I actually don't remember.
It's kind of like, it kind of looks like Bigfoot. Like,
okay.
It's just like I don't know. It's like, it like if you ask anyone, it's got like, it's like a Jeepers Creepers of fucking animals, right? Where it's like it's got the fucking eyes of a fucking roach and a head of an alien and like the teeth of a wolf. You know, it's like made up. It's like Michael Scott when he's like, when Michael Scott is like, we are cursed. We need to sacrifice an animal.
Yes.
Maybe a cat with the head of a eagle. Like, remember when he does that? Like, that's basically what a chupacabra is.
I forgot about that. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do my research on the chupacabra.
Yeah,
but that's who you think would get sent to you, and how would they help you?
With the eyes of wolves
and wings of a bat?
No, that's too small. Can you imagine? No, chupacabra is like big. Like, it has like the height of like Bigfoot.
Okay,
could you imagine if a Bigfoot just took out wings and it was like little tiny bat wings? We'd fucking laugh. We'd be like, "Oh, dude, those are the littlest wings I've ever seen, dude."
So good.
We'd be roasting him like, "Yo, this dude got little ass wings, bro.
Little ass wings.
He's got his daddy's wings."
Oh, please. Okay.
Well, that's been our episode.
I love that.
Do you have anything else to say?
This was a lovely comfort watch for us.
Yes.
It was very nice. I feel like sometimes we like to just watch a little something nostalgic and sentimental. So I'm glad we watched it.
Me too. Something light. You know, there's a lot of dark shit going on. Yeah. Something light, a little Mulan.
It felt so good.
Go watch Mulan. You'll feel good because you'll be walking around the house like, we'll bring honor to us. You bring honor to us. While you're like rolling a joint.
Or you'll
like,
be like,
sure you are.
Or you'll be like, you're true to your heart. I must be true to your heart. It will jar you out of anything. Anyway.
All right, guys. We're
Love
out of here. Bye.
Bye.